Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To Ms. Mazatul Sadiah binti Muhammad and to all fellow friends. Today, we are going to present about our chapter 5 on macroeconomics, Eco 211, which is public finance.
What is the concept of public finance? Public finance is the branch of economics that studies the government activities and the alternative means of financing government expenditures. The further explanation is the national budget generally reflects the economic policy of a government, and it is partly through the budget that the government exercises its three principal methods of establishing control. First thing is allocation function. Allocation function, it is the responsibility of the government to provide for public goods. Okay, what is public goods? Public goods, as an instance, public hospital, roads, and national defense. These goods are totally different from private goods because public goods are not provided through market mechanism but are essential for consumers. Meanwhile, private goods are limited to individual or individuals who can afford to purchase them, such as private healthcare, perhaps for better service. Distribution function. Through its tax and expenditure policy, the government affects distribution of personal income of households in a manner which is just and fair. As such, it taxes the rich people and spends on schemes which will greatly benefit the poor. And lastly, stabilization function. In such condition of boom and depression will benefit some and may harm others. Then it is the appropriate time to use policy measures to affect the levels of aggregate demand. These are called stabilization measures and are aimed to counter situation of inflation and unemployment. What you need to know is conventional government revenues. It has three types of revenues. Government revenues. First, tax revenue. This revenue is a compulsory contribution that imposed by the government on private individuals, also organizations, in order to raise revenue to finance the expenditure on public goods and services. Okay, before we go to the next revenue, tax revenue are divided into two types of tax, which is direct tax and indirect tax. Okay, direct tax where the burden of the tax falls on the taxpayer and cannot be shifted to someone else, such as individual income tax, road tax, stamp duty, and RPGT. RPGT is real property gain tax. Okay, while indirect tax, taxes where the burden of the tax can be shifted to someone else, such as export duties, sales tax, and service tax. In the real life, as we go to the secret recipe, if we look at to the receipt, we will see the SST, right? So that is the indirect tax, where we, as a consumer, as a purchaser, we have to pay the tax on behalf of the secret recipe. Okay. Non-tax revenue is revenues which arise from other sources, side tax. It includes receipt from licenses, regulation fees and permits, and sales of goods. So lastly, non-revenue receipt. This category of revenue includes refunds of overpayment, erroneous payment, and reimbursement.
Now, let us take a look on government expenditure. Basically, government expenditures can be divided into two categories, which are operating expenditure and development expenditure. Operating expenditure is expenses of operating and administering a government department. Operating expenditure refers to the expenditure of various government departments necessary to maintain their services. Example of operating expenditures are included emoluments, which refers to salaries for civil servants, service charges, debts, pensions and gratuities, grants and transfers, assets acquisitions, and supplies and services. For development expenditure, it is expenditure for investment purposes to improve facilities in the basic physical infrastructure. In addition, development expenditure refers to an expenditure related to the project that boosts economic growth or strengthens the productive capacity of the economy. This expenditure is allocated to the security sector such as armed forces, social services such as education, health and housing, and the economic sector such as agriculture and rural development, public utilities, trade and industry, transport and also infrastructural facilities.
Types of tax structure. Progressive tax happen when individuals pay more in tax as they make more income. This is where the rate of tax increase as income increase. This structure is practiced in personal income tax. For proportional tax, the rate of tax remains constant as income change. An example is the corporation tax. Lastly, regressive tax places more burden on low-income earners. This is where the rate of tax decreases as income increases. For example, sales tax. Types of government budget. Government budgets are made up of three types, namely balanced budget, deficit budget, and surplus budget. Budget deficit is where the government expenditure exceeds its revenue. A deficit budget is where the government plans to spend more than it receives. The government will use this budget when the economy is in recession. Next, budget surplus is where tax revenue exceeds government expenditure. The surplus budget will be adopted by the government to overcome inflation. It can be done by raising the tax or reducing the government expenditure. Lastly, a balanced budget policy is where the government expenditure is equal to its revenue. The government will adopt a balanced budget when it does not want to change a level of economic activities. In other words, the economy is near or has reached full employment.
Fiscal policy. Fiscal policy refers to a policy which affects the aggregate demand by altering the balance between government expenditure and taxation. It also deals with the government management of the economy by varying the size and type of economy, the type of taxation, public debt, government expenditure, and government revenue. There are two types of fiscal policy. One of the types of fiscal policy is contractionary fiscal policy. Contractionary fiscal policy aims to reduce aggregate demand during inflation. It is authorized by a government to decrease government expenditure and spending in the country. The policy is use of government spending, taxation, and transfer payment to shrink the economic output. The another types of fiscal policy is expansionary fiscal policy. Expansionary fiscal policy will be used to stimulate economic activities when an economy is in recession or depression. This type of fiscal policy results in an increase in government spending and lower tax naturally. A recessionary or deflationary gap occurs when the actual GDP is below its long-run level. The use of this expansionary fiscal policy will result in a shift of the aggregate demand curve to the right, thus closing the recessionary gap and promoting economic growth. Roles of fiscal policy: 1. To counter the effects of booms and slumps, to maintain economic stability, to prevent an economy experiencing a prolonged recession, to curb inflation, and lastly is to smoothen the fluctuation in the economy.
Last subtopic in public finance is Islamic government. There are two types of Islamic government, which is revenue and expenditure. Firstly, zakat. It is the prime source of revenue and collected from a full 1-year possession of wealth. Secondly, al-fai. Fai is the property or wealth that is surrendered by non-believers during war without fighting. Thirdly, jizya. It is tax imposed on non-Muslim by Islamic State for their protection. Next, haraj. Haraj means tax on land owned by a non-Muslim in Islamic State, and the rate depends on several factors. Fifth, taxation. Next, waqaf. A property donation by an individual for the use of less fortunate Muslim. Sadaqah. Sadaqah means voluntary charity or donation with sincerity. And lastly, ushur. The revenue collected from trade and business by all citizens regardless religion and belief. Next is Islamic expenditure. There are three categories, and the first one is expenditures on tasks mandated by the Sharia. These include defense, law and order, justice, da'wah, and civil administration. Secondly, expenditure necessary in the light of Sharia. It covers expenditure that are essential for permissible activities in achieving the necessary Islamic objective. And the last expenditure is expenditures necessitated by tasks assigned to the state by the people. It is presumed that the people are willing to pay for the goods and services involved.